Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans of all ages, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Reality Rundown. It is I, the SKF Effect. I am joined by the host with the most, the alien leader. It's a me invasion, Brett. I am also joined by the man with the plan, the architect and designer, Caesar, aka the Bastard. And I am joined by I'm sorry, I still have not come up with anything punny for Liv. Anything to work with. Segway. Good job, Liv. Speaking of going to shows and attending shows, as fans, it's fun to heckle people. It's fun to cheer the faces and try to piss off the heels. Lord knows, I've done my fair share of some of it. But I was always...
Especially with the guy we're about to talk about.
Yeah. But let's, always remember, you go to the shows, you can have fun, mess with the heels, mess with the faces if you want to. It's all fun and games, but you still got to be somewhat kind of sort of respectable and, maybe not say certain things, but then, hey, we're not there, so we don't really know what happened. But I'll turn it to one of my colleagues here and then go a little more into this story. Either one of you. Come on. Don't be shy.
Me? Okay, so what am I supposed to... Am I briefing on what happened?
Yes.
So, let me get a little more info.
Because I really haven't, I heard what happened, but I really haven't paid, much attention to what happened other than, the one fan had his side of the story, the other bully had his side of the story. I think that's all that I really, ever heard about this story. But I do agree, as a fan, there's a line that you shouldn't cross, and you should, understand, it's weird because it's the excuse is always I'm a fan, that paid my money to come here. You paid your money to enjoy the show. You didn't pay money to be an asshole. Just be respectful, be mindful of others around you,
Okay, so this guy, his name is Josh. He went to a Ring of Honor show, and there was a dark match versus the Allure and some local girls. This guy was doing his normal, I guess it's his normal thing to heckle, but he says, Mandy Leon spits on me from the side. Not preferable, but I honestly don't care. Segment ends. And he goes, my rule of thumb is to boo the bad guys and cheer the good guys. I always decide to go along with the show. Blah, 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 blah. So I guess the Allure comes out at the end of the show. He's just doing his normal heckling. He said, because they're the heels. He says, boo, you're trash, get lost, no one wants you here. And at some point, Velvet freaks and said, I'm reading this word for word what he's saying, but kind of trying to make it smaller. Velvet challenges him to get in the ring, telling her to suck it, calling him a pussy. And then I guess she calls him a virgin. And I guess he admits that he said that she has sex with that fat turd Bully Ray.
Look at Brett. My God, Brett, what a jerk.
5 minutes
Stop
later,
laughing.
this segment ends. 5 minutes later, this guy gets a tap on his shoulder. Hey, we're with security and need to talk about an incident that occurred. And he immediately assumed it was when Mandy spit on her and facepalmed him. when he went. I guess she pushed his head. He's confused. Blah blah blah. Security takes him backstage, and kept saying, "We need to talk to you about an incident." Didn't give him any other information. And then they make him sit for a while. What's going on? Blah blah blah. Hold tight. And then Bully Ray comes out from the back room, full gear on, since he was in the opening segment, and he's pissed. Security leaves. It's just them two. Security backs off, and it's just the two of them. He said, "Hey, I heard there was an incident tonight with you and some of the girls." And he said, "Oh yeah, I guess." And then Bully says, "So here's the deal. You're done talking down to them. You need to treat them with respect. Don't be saying anything you wouldn't say to your mom. You got it?" And he said, "I just bit the bullet and said, 'Sure, yes, sir, yeah, I understand.'" He said, "End of convo. Go be a fan." Security led him back to the seat. And then I guess that whole thing went viral. And yeah, so then ROH puts out a statement. I don't know if I could find it.
Are you freaking kidding? What just happened? Hold up, guys. This is unbelievable. Why does this happen?
More respectful than it was portrayed to be. Like, he was like, he was like, "Hey, man, like, you can't be doing that." And I think he said, like, even passed him on the back or something like that.
Also, Bully made it. I don't know what actually happened, but I'm just reading from the perspectives reading. Bully made this guy sound a lot more lewd than possible. But if she's literally shouting at this guy from the ring about those kind of things, like, I know as a female personally, if someone said that, like one of the guys were screaming that to me, I would flip the fuck out. Like, no matter what, if I'm a fan or not, you don't say that to anybody. To get heat or not. So I kind of understand where he's coming from, but also I would have just left, honestly. I wouldn't have cared enough to stay. Okay, and then ROH's follow-up statement after the 48 hours, which this guy claims no one has even contacted him about the investigation. Ring of Honor prides itself on providing a fun and entertaining environment for both our fans and wrestlers to experience professional wrestling at the highest level. Fans are encouraged to cheer, boo, chant during the show, while wrestlers interact both positively and in rivalry, as that is the engagement that makes the ROH experience what it is. Wrestlers interacting with fans is the core to the experience. However, under no circumstances should any of our athletes or staff confront or engage fans outside of the bounds of this entertainment experience. We hold all of our athletes and staff members to the highest standards, and because of the actions over the weekend, we fell short of meeting those standards. We are still in the process of investigating this matter, as well as reviewing and assessing internal security protocols to ensure a safe environment for all fans and athletes. All of our athletes and staff will also be trained and reminded of our policies and protocols for fan interaction and appropriate behavior in all situations. To our amazing and wonderful fans, we apologize for the matter that transpired this past weekend, as it does not reflect who we are as an organization or how we hope to engage with our fans. ROH fans were known worldwide for their passion, admiration, and appreciation for our athletes, and we share the same admiration and appreciation for our fans. We encourage all of our fans to continue attending our events and supporting our amazing athletes in a respectful manner, as they've done in the past, and we promise to continue delivering what the fans deserve, the best wrestling and best fan experience on the planet.
Those damn red standards that they're trying to pass out. It's plain and simple. You can heckle the heels. It's part of the job. Just, don't go too far.
Yeah,
just don't be an asshole, basically.
They do have the right to clap back at you, and you can't get upset. But also, they should know better than to take it too far. Because from ROH's response, it kind of seems like they are taking full responsibility in claiming that that's what Bully Ray did, and that he definitely should not have done that under any circumstances. Because it's not like he was really I guess he's not management in the back or anything, so he has no right to do anything like that, whether he feels some type of way or not.
Putting on security guards. Why'd you go get the fan? Bully told us to. Why you listen to Bully? He's a bully?
Not just like doing that, but also not like even telling the fan like, you know, it's like, you know, come backstage. We're not gonna tell you why, just, you know, come backstage. Like,
Yeah.
Come backstage. A wrestler wants to meet you. What? Awesome! Oh shit.
I think
He didn't tell him anything until he walked through the thing and saw him there, so.
Shit.
I mean, I was laughing throughout you explaining that, and I'll explain why. Because, I mean, you shouldn't make certain comments, wrestler or not wrestler. Like, that should just be universally known. But I just think it's really funny, or it's actually not funny, but I did laugh. But it's sad that the most relevant thing Ring of Honor is doing is dealing with a heckling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the rest of their product. And that's not me trying to be like, haha, like, oh, let's, you know, they're not doing well or whatever. Not one thing interests me unless Marty Skrull's on. And even that, I'm just kind of like, eh. Like, what are you doing with him? Poor guy.
It's the elite factor, basically, that really what made, like, Ring of Honor these last, like, 2 years, I think.
Yeah, that and the New Japan talents.
Yep. Ring of Honor's got some, yeah, they gotta figure some stuff out.
You know, you want them to do well because you want wrestlers to have an option, and us as fans, we want options. Because you're going to go to each company, they're going to specialize in something different. Obviously, they're going to have their strengths, they're going to have their weaknesses, they're going to provide something different. But right now, I go to Ring of Honor, and I don't get anything out of it.
Oh, I'm going to go with the Ring of Honor next time they come to Florida with a sign saying, can I go in the back and see Bully?
Go back to
And
your
you all
seat
know
and
I
be a fan.
would.
Go back to your seat and be a fan.
Like, hi, Bully!
The stupidest thing that you could ever like.
Remember me?
I just feel like
Do
they...
you know who I am? You saw my sign years ago because you loved it so much.
I remember meeting
It'd be-
Bully.
It'd be so funny if he carries around that sign with him everywhere he goes.
I'm trending. All right, Brett, you've been trying to say something.
I remember like meeting him the first time, and I was scared, and it was because this lady, in front of me, got a picture with him and grabbed his ass during the picture. That's like something you get pissed about, and he was just like, get away from me, like, and he was pissed obviously, but like this, like, you have a heckling fan, and it was dealt with like more, you know. I mean, I there's certain things I get about it, but there's certain things that I'm just like, I felt like it has to be dealt with, but taking him to the back and like just, it's like, what? Like,
Yeah, well, and then that's my thing too. Like, you're a heel. Like, if you can't like accept the job of being like, if you feel like you're that hated to where you need to go and attack fans, like, personally from the ring.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Steven, I know that's your girl, but like, you are not doing your job properly. If you really think that, like, if someone calling you like a tramp, like, that's something that I know for a fact, especially being an Impact for so many years, I've heard her called that many more times than probably this one guy saying that. Why? Like, if you can't handle people heckling you, you can't be a heel then. Like, plain and simple.
Maybe it wasn't even her. Maybe it was just Bully took offense to it.
Yeah, who knows? But still.
Bully
Well,
would,
so apparently, I don't remember reading it, but Mandy spit on him, which was probably an accident. Like, she probably meant to spit beside him or something, but still, like, that's unacceptable.
highlight in the life of my buddy Ichiban. We went to Shine Wrestling. He got spat on by Saraya Knight. And all he could say is, thank you! I have your DNA now! Thank you! I'm gonna clone. I love your daughter! Keep in mind, he was wasted. But still, he applauded. He thanked her for spit. He saw it as a great honor. And I stood next to him laughing my ass off.
too bad that didn't happen at Ring of Honor. See what I did there. He said he accepted it with honor.
Brett said he was scared of Bully Ray and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Red Standard just went red for a
Well,
second.
when somebody grabs Bully Ray's ass before you go up to meet him, and he's beat red, pissed off, ready to go Donkey Kong on somebody's ass, and my skinny 13-year-old ass is up next. Woohoo!
Right, I was only using it as a segue. Who's one wrestler that you guys have met that you were like scared of at first or didn't think would be really all that friendly?
I never really had that experience.
And
where I
then
was,
you
like,
met
scared to
them
meet
and
someone.
realized they were like one of the nicest people you could possibly meet.
I've never really had experience like that before. Like, just, everyone I've met's been respectful, has been nice and cool. Like
Brett?
going in, need to go in and thinking that
Neither of you
really,
have a story like that?
I gotta think.
Was that I'm the only one?
oh gosh.
Okay,
Yeah,
like I don't have a tendency to like go into things thinking of people as mean. Like I've been a lot like really nervous meeting people. Like I met Finn Balor and I almost like collapsed. But
Alright, so way back at the start of Shine. And we're only getting to know some of these people. We didn't know all of them really well. Havoc. I love her now, but at first we didn't know what to think of Havoc. We never really thought of her as happy, cheery, and pleasant and whatnot. On Rebby's last Shine match, Rebby went into the ring. She was going against Havoc. She was a nervous wreck. Brittany and I are ringside, and we have signs for Rebby. Havoc points out during the match at the very start and goes, "Look at your fans at ringside. Do you see your fans with their pretty little signs for you?" And Rebby turned, she looked at us, she smiled, and that got her more into the match. And she told us later on, she's like, yeah, if it wasn't for Havoc, showing me you guys there, I wouldn't have seen you, I wouldn't have known. Seeing you guys there made me feel a lot better. So Brittany and I were like, all right, maybe we should go talk to Havoc. Maybe we actually need to go say something. Because we never went up to talk to her before. And this was after multiple Shine shows. So we walk up to her, and as soon as she sees us, she gets this giant smile and goes, and immediately grabs both of us in for a hug. And it's like, oh my god, I love you two. You two are so amazing. And I was like, this is totally not what I expected coming up here. And if somehow you ever run across this Havoc, thank you, Heart.
I have a good one, but it didn't really change my perspective of them. And I wasn't really scared. I just really don't like them. And then when I met them, I still didn't like them. Austin Aries.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. I could have said it before she did.
We all knew she was going for Aries.
I hate him with a passion. But when I met him, he was very dismissive. Like it was at one of it was at Bound for Glory, fan interaction, and he literally was so he was such a dick, honestly. He didn't even want to talk to fans, so I was just I literally said, why are you here? I said to him, I was like, why are you even doing this? He had a stamp of his autograph instead of just signing it.
I remember that. I
Photo.
remember that.
It was the Fort Myers house show. We actually have a photo of him in between us with his little stamp holding it up.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, what?
Oh, fun memories.
Mine,
fun memories.
I had to think about it, but mine was definitely low-key.
Oh.
Just because, I've always liked his work. He's one of the talents that actually got me to start watching Impact. But just things you hear, online, and not that it really, shapes your perception, but when you hear a bunch of negativity, you can kind of, be cautious, and that's kind of how I was, and I was just I don't know how this is gonna, I don't know. He was cool.
I'll actually have a couple more now that I think about it.
Alright, what's another one?
Who's actually one of my really good friends now, Crimson. I was really scared of him because he was really tall and he was very lanky when he first started in TNA.
Yeah.
and he's not anymore, but like I asked him for a picture once and he was like, yeah, sure. And then ever since then, I literally would talk to him all the time and see him all the time, and I met his family and all that kind of stuff. Yes.
I don't.
And then Samoa Joe too. He was really nice.
Yeah.
I was kind of scared of him. But
There's only one wrestler that there's only one wrestler I've met, and afterwards I was like, damn, I can't stand them. Like, I hope they're never at another show I go to, never mind a meet and greet. Like, I just hope I don't have to see them. Not saying who, though, because, that's just how I'm going to be. But,
You can't. You're leaving us in suspense?
It's alright. No.
I have another one, but this wasn't like a scared to meet them, but it's actually kind of funny because you guys all know how close we are now. So when TJ was manic suicide, I literally refused to go see him because I was like, why would I want to take a picture with this guy? Like, who cares? Because beforehand, right before he had started, they did a bunch of them with the suicides, and they literally just didn't talk. You just would stand there and pose. So then it was Slammiversary in Boston, and my mom's like, just go. Like, go. And I'm like, ugh, fine. And then all of a sudden he starts talking, and I'm like, wait, what? You talk? And to being TJ, who, like, fast forward, is one of my best friends. Like, literally. So, yeah.
So if it wasn't for your mom, you wouldn't have met TJ.
Aww.
I tell him that all the time. I was like, my mom made me go talk to you. But then there was one, like, when Bound for Glory in San Diego, we got, like, a picture at Hall of Fame. And then that was, like, when we, like, actually became friends. But, like, I always like to throw it in his face that I wouldn't have ever spoken to him before. But, yeah.
We've all had that nervousness before meeting people.
Yo,
The first time I met Jeff Hardy, cried.
Remember when I met Paige?
I cried maybe 3 times.
y'all know me. I'm a talker. First time I went up to go talk to Jeff, hi.
Now he's got a tattoo.
At this point, I went to hunt him back down at this Impact VIP event and said, hey, if this is the only chance I get to see you, I can't have that be my memory. There's other stuff I want to be able to talk about. That was Slammiversary 2010. Little did I know what, the future would be over the course of, like, the next 3 years.
I remember being dead nervous to meet Allie.
Aww.
2CW New York.
Oh,
2CW New York, yeah.
you're always nervous to meet her.
Yeah.
Now
Well, no, not, well, the first, definitely. Like, I didn't say anything, and that was funny when I forgot after which event it was, and she was like, I remember that, and you didn't say anything. I was just like, hello. That's how I am with certain people, though.
Like Paige.
Oh, yeah, Paige.
I remember that. Oh, that was so funny.
Push.
Hi, go. He's like, hi. She's like, hello.
That was so, because Brett's in there like, look, I'll go talk to her first, and Brett's
I was talking about that all
like,
weekend.
No, you won't.
What I remember, because I was with Brett when she came out, and I like told Brett, like, look, Brett, it's Paige, and he looks at me, he's like,
I thought it was a joke at first.
was, like, literally on the floor.
I did a double take, but
I had to walk up to her first, just to show you that it would be okay to talk to her.
yeah, but it was weird. All right, you gotta give me a little credit. It was weird. Alberto was right there. There was like all these stories and everything, and I was just like, nah.
There's security around her too. They were like making sure like
Yeah.
no one even really spoke to her.
It wasn't like a meet and greet.
Say hi.
Walk
Right.
up to Velvet Sky with Bully Ray right next to her and go give her a hug. I
Yeah,
don't
but-
give a shit.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not more so because they're dating. It was more so like Liv just pointed out. Like they were like, "Oh, she's sitting there. There's Paige, but don't get near her." And then they had like, you know what I mean? Like she was like in
They
her own
literally had
corner.
ropes around her.
And I didn't
Yeah.
didn't want to go up to her because like imagine if that was you. Like how uncomfortable had that situation had to have been. You know what I mean?
She looked fine. She was smiling. She was laughing.
Actually, and I don't really feel sympathy in that case only because it's like you didn't have to like go out and sit there through a fan interaction.
I
Like,
did. She was with Alberto.
You knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's okay. We were nice. We were pleasant. We were sweet.
Yeah, no,
And
as
she
long
was
as you
nice,
like that.
so-
Yeah, she
We
was
both got a
cool.
good laugh out of Brett.
That's the thing that's like about that situation though is like you don't know how they're gonna be. Like a meet and greet, they're like, you
Well,
know,
it's funny because I've so like when the one photo I actually have of Paige was us bumping into her in City Walk, and Lord knows if I didn't have Judy with me, I probably wouldn't have done it because she's the one that first approached. Because we're in a public place, and I'm old dude, and Judy was sweet teenager. It's easier to send the teenage girl up to go get the female wrestler. And then I let Judy get a photo. Rudy got a photo, and I sat, can I get one now? And she's like, only because I like the Pikachu shirt. And I'm like, yes, score.
eating the wolves was cool, but that's a sad situation.
Aww.
I almost fainted when I saw Becky Lynch in person. It was my friend Sarah, TJ, and I. We were in the hotel lobby because we were about to leave. It was in Brooklyn for SummerSlam, and we were sitting there talking. And her and Cesaro had just finished working out, and they were coming up the escalator, and they both like stare at me, and I'm like, "What?" And I look behind me, and I'm like, "Yeah." And that's that story. And she waved at us. I don't know if she was like waving to us because we were with him or what, but like it was. My life was something with that one.
First NXT house show I went to was one of like the last ones Becky did before being called up, before going up to main roster full time. And she was the VIP. She was the meet and greet along with Finn Balor. So like my first show, I had the best photo ops that you could ever ask for as far as NXT at the time. Becky and Finn. And it all just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Oh, now I need to go find Mia, because I haven't seen Mia in a long time.
I feel like I haven't seen anybody in ages.
I'm meeting Mox next week.
Ooh, nice. That's awesome. That's gonna be a good meet and greet.
Yeah, that's why I need you guys down here. I have no one to drive to Tampa with me tomorrow for NXT. Caesar, hop a bus. Get up here. Join me. Oh, wait. You got family. Never mind.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Family can just pick you up on the way to Orlando. It's fine. We got you.
That's true.
That takes a long way.
Trying to think see if there's anyone else. I'm going through my old meet and greet pictures.
Do not forget.
Yo. Oh, yo. Are you gonna say what I'm thinking?
Phone case. Do not forget.
Yeah.
Oh. I
Which
thought you were
every now and
talking.
then gets censored out. It's kind of funny. Oh, Braxton knows about Brett's love of Ali. I've joked with him about it. He actually liked my hashtag Mr. Steal Your Bunny,
Braxton and I are cool though.
which is my nickname for
We're
Brett.
pals. We're buds.
That's what he wants you to think, Brett.
He's
That's what
funny.
he wants you to think.
You do one wrong move.
We're buds.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
We're buds though. We're buds. Yo, if Punk is at All Out though.
You're gonna shit yourself. We know. We've
Mhm.
heard.
Yeah, I just had to update you.
You're cleaning your own mess, though.
Hello.
And I call him not sitting next to him.
What is this? Y'all seeing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well-
I call him not sitting next to Brett at All Out.
It'll be funny.
Yes. Oh, I'd be so
Yeah.
amped.
I don't want to smell it when he shits himself if Punk walks out.
I'm gonna sound like Gollum, just gonna be like, ah!
You have to blow up the picture of you and Punk when you're like
Yes!
Oh.
I was like a little midget. Yes!
from the bottom that we hear.
Right. Started from WWE ECW, now we're here.
That's like my favorite picture of all time, Brett. It's just you. You're like,
He laughed at me. I remember that. Like, because I didn't know where there was like 3 people taking pictures, and he just laughed because I was just like, "Saw dude."
so tiny.
It's been ages though. It's so bad. I feel like I haven't been to a show in ages.
Aw, Cherry Bomb, circa 2012. One of the first people I got photos with at Shine.
She better be all out too.
Hey, Caesar.
Ooh, these door.
I still love the fact that I got to share stuff with him on the Impact Instagram page.
There we go. There's what I was hoping to find. Yeah.
Nice.
That first NXT show, though.
Nice.
And this creeper.
This is still like the best picture ever.
That's a great picture.
Aw. Hold on. Liv, put that back up.
Okay, wait. Give me 1 second.
Whoa.
Hello.
Ah! I can't see now. I don't know if it's centered or not.
You can
I
see your
got it.
faces.
Sending Amber something to smile. We all need reasons to smile every now and then.
Oh, you know who was really a nice person in person, but I still don't like them at all? Enzo.
Ah!
I was at the 205 Live tour, obviously, and the meet and greet was Enzo and Drew, and like Drew and I are like buds, so like Drew and I were talking, and Enzo was all trying to get in on the conversation. We're just like no. So then he goes and takes this picture, which I just now uncropped. He goes and takes that picture. It used to be cropped.
Holy crap.
So, but this is the picture that I cropped because.
Can you
I
show
don't-
us that first one again?
Huh?
Can you show us that first one again?
No.
He has a massive head. Like,
Duh.
what? He's got a giant watermelon. I thought that was a photo bomb. Like a sign thing. Like the face signs.
Oh.
Fat head.
Big
Yeah.
ass head.
Just a giant head sign. Okay. Do we have another topic we would like to go over?
You know who I don't ever want to see wrestle again, and I know they're wrestling and it makes me mad?
This topic.
Sabu.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Fuck that guy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wait, you know who I was really scared to meet? And he was amazing? Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
I was really nervous to meet him because I wasn't really sure how he is, but I ended up loving him. He was super, super nice.
Like I'm
You know,
hoping
one thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, bad.
Caesar, go.
Yes.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you know, one thing that I noticed a lot of the meet and greets and the ones that I kind of was you know, the realization was you know, some of those access meet and greets. It's weird when you they pair someone that you know people want to meet with someone that people don't really want to meet. The one that I realized this one was when they put TJ and Noam Dar together. It's like all of the pictures are people hugging TJ and Noam Dar is
Wait,
yeah, I'm here.
let me show you.
Alicia
But I
Fox.
actually wanted to see Noam more than I wanted to see TJ, though, so it was really funny that's just how it worked out. But it's funny. It is actually really funny.
Alicia. Oh.
Well, and it also isn't anyone's fault but WWE's because the way they set it up. So, you have the way that they don't let you go behind the desk to take a picture with both of them. So it's you either have to stand on one side or the other. And they're signing autographs while they're doing that. So it's you just go to Noam, you go to TJ, and then you take a picture. So everyone ends up with TJ anyways. But let me find it. Where is it?
Oh, while she finds that, I know one topic that we didn't discuss yet. Adam Cole winning the NXT title. I thought the match with Gargano and Cole was awesome. I would have preferred Gargano to have kept the championship. I don't know if he's going to get called up to the main roster, but I don't. Brett's like, no, don't fuck it up.
You know they are.
Oh, there's the photo right there.
That's so awkward for them, though. Like, if the person on the left side of the table.
And I was like, I literally said to TJ, I was like, get out of here. I want a picture with Noam.
No, but like, regardless of, like you said, you always go to the person at the right. So then, like, the person on the left's just like, well, fuck me then.
Well, that's how it was. Like, I have a picture with Drew, and they put Drew and Tony together.
Alright, while she's looking for the picture, my prediction of the winning team of the next Mixed Match Challenge.
Oh, they're doing another one.
No, they aren't. I'm just predicting because Alexa with her coffee mug, Ethan with his solo cup. They're a perfect team.
They're not gonna put him in Max Challenge.
Ethan can't waiting to get out. Alexa can't
Like
waiting to
that,
get back
like
in.
literally everything just looks like that, and that's why I probably won't do an Access ever again.
Yeah, now that you've like pointed that out, honestly, I wouldn't want to.
Which is what I was with Devin and Jared when we all went. Devin and Jared used the disability pass, and like the pictures come out so much better because they kind of have to leave the table and take pictures with you because there's people in wheelchairs, people who can't stand long. So like this was TJ, Rich, and I. This one.
Aww.
Well, that one actually. So like, I wish they kind of did them all like that instead of having it. Like you pay over $100 just to go to the one Access, and then you don't even get to take pictures with anyone that are worth even keeping. So.
Did you see the NWA stuff?
Oh, good. Going with Creeper staring at the background. You know, this wonderful image, you know, getting a hug from Mia after a win. Look at this creepy dude just like leering over Mia's shoulder. Somehow right at the camera, like he
I'm
knew.
just staring at you guys.
Ban him. Ban him from all arenas.
Ban him.
Yeah, I figured we could. Yeah, you're right.
You should ban him, yeah.
Be a fun one. Fun memories. That's it. There's a talk for next time. The fun memories. I got nothing else.
I got nothing
Yeah.
else.
It's been a dry week.
It really has. But hey, the 24/7 title's finally being used outside of Raw and SmackDown.
Other than
Changing at golf courses and on airfields and even on the airplane.
Yeah, but it's Jinder Mahal involved in all of them. Who cares about Jinder?
R-Truth may still be locking himself in the bathroom to protect his championship.
Wait, did he win it back?
He won it back. He pinned Jinder while he was sleeping on the airplane. Which he like, see, if it was me and I'm pinning someone while they're sleeping, I'm just going to put a finger on them, let the referee count 1, 2, 3. No. R-Truth like jumped on him while he's in the chair, kind of reclined back, and it was pretty funny. So, that's it. If we got nothing, oh wait, does Brett have something else?
Yeah, I just thought about it. The Michelle McCool interview on Chasing Glory. I don't know if you guys took note of that or saw it. She basically just talked about how when she started dating The Undertaker and they made it public, it led to things that basically made her lose interest in wrestling or being a wrestler, being in the business, basically. So that's why she ended up leaving, is because she felt like her enthusiasm towards it all was going down, and she didn't want to start hating something she loved. And she even quoted how like there was even a situation where a writer threw up the papers and was like, why don't we just make this the Michelle McCool Undertaker show? So I just thought that was interesting because I just thought it was interesting because of the Moxley interview, really, and now a situation like that, it just gives you more insight And I think you're gonna end up seeing more interviews. Not that that's like a super
Yeah, I just
super
want to say the
big.
same thing. We're gonna see a lot of more people kind of exposing it since Mox did.
Yeah, and
Moxley factor.
I think she's the first one, if I'm not mistaken, that's really brought up something, like extra, like this.
Extra.
Well, something I actually did find really funny. Biggie on Twitter was kind of joked. I don't know if he was. I mean, deep down, I don't think it was a joke, but he said, "I could do anything and never be fired from this place."
I could get fired. I couldn't get fired even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, no, because they don't want you to go elsewhere.
It really shows how desperate they are at this point to keep people.
I think it depends on the talent, but I think it's also just they don't go elsewhere.
Yeah.
But like.
Well, then they can't make more money off the New Day. Once they all
yeah, definitely with him. That's true. He's actually like a good component for them. Like he's a good talent, but they actually like do something with him that makes him money.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, Moxley, who was just like, if he's not in the Shield, what are they doing with him?
He was the WWE champion outside the Shield.
Yeah, but
until they decided to give the belt to AJ.
Towards the end, it was
it's
bad.
all about that money, yeah. Cause that money's good shit.
I'm just interested to see which talents end up revealing more stories from the past, and then just interested to see how everything looks in a few months. Who's going to be there? Who's not going to be there?
It's gonna be Harper.
Oh, Luke Harper will have some stories to tell when he's done, I'm sure.
It was funny. I read a tweet right before we went on a stream. Biggie won't get fired. They'll just add another 6 months to Luke Harper's contract.
Ouch.
It was just a tweet. He said Biggie said something, and then it was like Biggie won't get fired, but they'll add an extra 6 months to Luke Harper's contract.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I'm interested to see what happens with the Revival and Sasha the most right now, and Harper, of course, but we just brought him up. I think those four are going to be people that could potentially, you could see, if they end up staying, what's going to become of them? What is it going to be worthwhile? Did they play their cards right, or does it not really matter? Or are they going to go elsewhere, and what are they going to do? Where are they going to go? I'm interested to see how that happens.
How about
something like that?
Taya trying to set up a match on Twitter.
I saw that.
I know you did because I sent it to you.
Yes.
I told you to sit down before you read it.
I know.
Because I didn't want you to hurt yourself. See, I'm always thinking.
Thanks, buddy.
Caesar was about to say something.
Yeah, it's just that, I just find it a funny situation where, WWE doesn't really do much with these people. But then when they ask for their release, they're, worried because they're going to go elsewhere, and use that star power. And it's like, you have them under contract. If you know that they could be special elsewhere, make them special where they're at, which is your company. So it's like...
I mean, that's nothing new with them. They did that with Matt when Jeff was back in Impact, and when Jeff was in Impact, Matt was signed by WWE. Matt was waiting out of his contract. They were not letting him out of it. Ray wanted out of contracts, but they kept tacking on months that he was injured onto it.
Vince isn't stupid. And even Moxley, another thing he pointed out is just that they're very, very aggressive business people. So they're going to do that if they can get away with it legally, and they're not going to get any consequences from it. They're not going to be hurt by it. Why are they going to worry? They're not worried about, oh, well, you'll be happier. They don't give a shit about that. If they did, they would use them in the first place.
They do what they want to do, and that's about it.
Because they can. But that's all I could think of. Other stuff. Yeah, I think the Michelle McCool thing was interesting. I definitely recommend giving that a listen if you can. Anybody watching, but check it out. It was on Chase and Glory again.
Alright, if we got nothing else, Caesar? you want to close us out?
All right, we want to thank each and every single one of you guys for checking us out. We greatly appreciate it. If you have not done so already, please leave a follow. We would love to have you as part of our community. Well, the community doesn't just exist here on Twitch. It can exist in our social media at WRR Network FL on Twitter, at WRR Network on Instagram, Wrestling Reality Rundown on Facebook, and I believe all four of us are on Twitter, if I'm correct.
Yes, we are.
We are, such as at It's a Me Invasion. Ow, ow!
Ow, ow!
We got the SKS Effect. We got at LiveLive1122. And we also have at The Red Standard. Make sure you follow all of us on Twitter. And, of course, next week, we will be back here next week. What topics we will be discussing, we have no idea, but we will be discussing it.
It's always changing.
And anything else that happens during the week.
Exactly.
Bang bang.
Be good, y'all.
All right. See you next week.